folks, welcome back to another one of my videos. Today I am crafting some shoes. They're just some canvas slip-ons that I got for like $5 and something cents at Walmart. And I was inspired by the YouTube channel, I think it's Auntie Tay's. I will try to remember and link it below. She did a pair of shoes, sort of Vans inspired, and I really liked the idea because we do our own shirts, family shirts for the trip, and I wanted to do one that was mini, like in a mini fabric. And so I found this fabric. I think I found the fabric also at Walmart, and it was pretty cheap. I might have paid like $2 or something, or less than $2 for a quarter yard. And as far as I could tell, it's gonna give me to do 4 pairs of these mini shoes. Now, I already started this one, and I'm gonna show you how I got to this point on this shoe. But all you're gonna need to do it is just the fabric, and I already pre-cut it so that it's a more manageable size. And I made sure to capture the part of the pattern that I wanted on the shoe so that both shoes match, but they don't have to match. I just like it better like that. And I've got here 2 pairs of just, you know, old socks that I wear around the house and stuff. And I use these to stuff the front of the shoe to keep it pretty flat. And then I have here, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 gloves. Yeah, I separated 4 gloves, a good pair of scissors. These are small scissors, which are great for this type of thing because it's pretty tedious, the cutting. And then just some Mod Podge that I picked up actually at the Dollar Tree. It's just this 2-ounce bottle. I have another bottle in my craft room, but I don't think that I'm even gonna need it. So let's go ahead and get started. I have already done this shoe, at least the first step on this shoe. Basically what I did was I stuffed the shoe like this with these socks, and then I carefully laid this out, kind of figured where I wanted the fabric. I cut both pieces of fabric for both shoes to match and to a more manageable size. And then I took the Mod Podge and I just put on a glove and with my finger did like a thin layer of Mod Podge all over the shoe, this part of the shoe where I want the fabric to adhere to. And then I just carefully went laying the fabric and cutting around the edges and just let it dry like that. And now it's pretty much dry. I would say to let it dry an hour or 2 because you want it to be pretty dry before you lay the other layer of Mod Podge over the top. I'm sure that if you left it like this, it wouldn't be an issue, but it's really gonna adhere well if you do another layer of Mod Podge over the top. At least that's the way Auntie Tay did it, and then I did another pair of shoes of these shoes already, and I did it the same way. I just put a glove on and just rubbed a thin layer of Mod Podge over the top and let it dry overnight. So probably another hour or 2 would be enough, but I just let it go overnight. And then I will have my own personalized Disney shoes for Disney, and I think that they are going to come out super duper cute. So, okay, let's go ahead and get started. I am going to start working on this shoe here. And the first step is I am going to stuff them pretty evenly all the way to the front with these 2 pairs of socks that I have. And basically that's just because you want a pretty stiff canvas to work with. Now I'm gonna go ahead and mute this part, and I'll put music over, but you'll get the gist of it because I've explained it. And then I hope that you enjoy this video, and I will come back at the end and show you the finished product. friends, so right now I am at the same part in both shoes, except this one is obviously dry because I let it dry for a while, and this one is still wet. So I'm gonna set it aside, pull the socks out of it, and let this one dry for a while as well. Now, as you can see, the most difficult part is just cutting and trimming, and you sort of got to cut little shards to make the curvature of the shoe. But don't worry about it if it's not perfectly glued down or whatever, because we're gonna Mod Podge the top of it and it will seal, trust me. Okay, now setting that one aside, I'm going to go ahead and restuff the socks back into this one. Like so. And I am going to throw another glove on this hand. And we are going to Mod Podge over the top of the shoe now. Now this has got to be just sort of an even layer. You don't want it to be kloopy. So you just want to make sure that you get like a good even layer over the fabric. And the first pair of shoes that I did, I tried to use brushes, but I find that it is way more even when you do it with your finger, and way faster to just sort of drop some Mod Podge over the shoe, and just wear a pair of gloves and just sort of paint over. Now, I would not be too concerned with any streaking, even though, as you can see, there's really not a whole hell of a lot of streaking anyway. And or the color, how it gets lighter when you Mod Podge over it, that is completely normal. It will dry back to its normal color. Now I make it a point to really get in to the corners of the fabric, because I want to ensure that I'm not going to have any lifting. So once you're to this point, you don't want to really mess with it too much, because you want to let it dry evenly. And if you start going over and over and over what you've already done, you're going to end up like when glue dries and you rub your fingers together like this, you end up with those little balls, same type of thing. You're going to end up with little pieces of like glue, and we do not want that. So I would just let this dry, and then if you need to reapply, go back and do that. I, however, did not need to reapply after this step. So, okay, I am going to let this shoe dry overnight. I'm going to let the other shoe that we just covered together dry for a couple hours, do this step, and then I will come back in the morning and show you how it turns out. So guys, this is the finished product. I think they came out super cute, and I think it's always fun to try something new. So if you're gonna make a trip to Disney or any of the other amusement parks and want to do your own canvas covered shoes, you totally should. I think they're super cute and really perfect for Disney. So thanks again for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye bye.